So you want to be taking social media more seriously, but you don't know in which platform should you invest either your time or effort? Hopefully by the time this video ends, you'll get more clarity on this subject, since we are going through the pros and cons of the top 3 social media networks: YouTube, Instagram and TikTok. So if you want to know on which platform you should be focusing, just keep on watching. Hey guys, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Tita and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a design and social media enthusiast, and here you can learn more about that subject and also content creation. If that's something that interests you, you can just subscribe to the channel and also follow me on all my social media. That way you can have access to behind the scenes and so much more content. Being everywhere at the same time is a myth. Forget about it. Not only our time is limited, but also ourselves. Each platform has its own needs and specifications, and so it's better for us as creators to know on which platform should we be focusing our energy, because that will allow us to create more relevant and high quality content. So buckle up, because this video is going to be very informative. So whenever someone asks me on which platform should they be investing their money, effort and time, I try to make them think about 3 things. First of all, what are your top skills? These can either be soft skills and technical skills, and the perfect thing is them both combined. So then the second thing is, what are you willing to sacrifice in terms of time, effort, energy, money, resources, you name it. Anything you want to sacrifice, and how much. So the third thing that I try to make them think about is about the goals. What is your end goal and what are your midterm goals? If you have any, or do you need help finding them? So before starting giving you the list of pros and cons of each platform, I would just like to start by telling you the importance of being on social media right now. Not only the numbers of users are just increasing every single day, but also the sense of people wanting to belong to something, to a community, or to just connect with other people. Let's say you have a small business. Social media can help you to create a deeper bonding with your client. It can also show your product, service to a lot more people. And if you do own a website or a blog, it can just help you to generate traffic to those other links. The first platform that I'm going to talk about is YouTube. YouTube is my very favorite platform. I love it so much with all my heart, but it's not meant for everyone. But before, let me just give you a little introduction of this app. YouTube is a platform where you can publish a variety of content, from long videos to shorts, photos and interactive posts on the community space. Although the video is clearly the main type of content shared on this app. Fun fact, millions of hours each day are viewed on YouTube. And also you can customize your YouTube channel as much as you want. You can change the layout, the profile pic, the banner, the thumbnails, the order of the playlists, if you want to have playlists or not. You can do a little trailer whenever people come into your channel. So there's a variety of things that you can change on your YouTube channel, making your own and just spreading your identity throughout the internet. So here are some pros about YouTube. YouTube is a rich media platform, which means that from a 10 to 20 minute video, you can do a lot of content with it. You can easily extract the audio to make a podcast episode. You can just cut the video into little short videos to share on YouTube Shorts, Reels or TikTok. If you make a script, you can easily adapt it to a blog post or an Instagram carousel. So there's a variety of content that you can generate from just one piece of video from YouTube. So once you master YouTube, which is a very hard platform to master, you can just master everything else, because since you mastered the hardest, you can just make everything so much easier on the other app. So this is one of my favorite things about YouTube. It is an evergreen platform, which means that whenever you post a video, it's not forgotten by the platform, even 2 or 3 years ago, either by being the last video you published or because it appeared on the search tab of someone. And this is great also to just have more profit over time, because you're constantly making money, even if it's from the oldest videos. So compared to Instagram and TikTok, your old content still generates views and therefore profits over time, which makes it future-proof. YouTube works as a search engine platform, and so it is very easy to get discovered, especially if you can optimize your video, even if you're a small YouTuber like me. The more relevant your content is, the higher reach it will have, and therefore more subscribers, more views, more reach, It's just a cycle. For example, I've done quite some viral videos that got a lot of exposure for me and are still on the topmost videos of the month, so that's very interesting. 2-year-old video is still generating some kind of views and perhaps some subscribers to me, so that's great. So with YouTube, it is very easy to get paid without any affiliate links or sponsorship, even if it's just a little. The 2 things that you need to have in order to get paid by YouTube is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 views in total. So with YouTube, just for you to have a clue, you can earn somewhat between $3 to $20 per 1,000 of views. That's great for you to make some passive income or, who knows, a salary. One thing that I don't see people mentioning a lot is the authority that being a YouTuber gives you. And I think that's one thing that the other platforms lack on. Not only YouTube is the oldest platforms among those 3, but it is also the most established platform and very well known by everyone. With YouTube, you get the sense of notoriety since it is one of the hardest platforms to not only grow but to maintain over time. Also, being able to share longer videos, you can create a deeper connection, a deeper bond between you and your subscribers or clients, and so you can also add more value to your business, to your own personality, and with that you can also have a more dynamic and high quality produced content than you'd have, for example, on your blog. So now let's talk a little bit about the cons of this platform. I'm sorry YouTube, but they exist. I think the cons of YouTube are very much aligned with the last pro that I gave you. It is a platform that takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. Since you have to do the script, you have to film, you have to edit, you have to optimize the videos and also promoting them. So compared to other apps, the time between having a video idea and finally publishing it just takes longer, and so sometimes people do not want to wait that long to have a video published online, so they just prefer other apps where you can just edit and do all of the things perhaps in just one day. So the next topic is compromise. If you can't compromise with a 1-minute video, you are most likely not being able to compromise with YouTube. With YouTube, you'd also need a whole different set of skills, from copywriting, graphic design for thumbnails, or motion design for some animations that you want to do on your videos, or intros or outros. You'll have to have video editing skills and a lot more. And so the learning curve is larger with YouTube. When producing high quality content, creators do have burnouts, and oftentimes they just seem to give up. So now talking about Instagram. Instagram is kind of a controversial social media platform because some of the people hate it and some love. One of the greatest features about Instagram is that it is an all-in-one platform, which means that you can easily convert a follower into a client in the same space, unlike others, so attracting, nurturing, and converting. It is also a very complete platform where you can do a lot of things. You can share photos, videos, you can have your own collections, you can do lives, you can also call people with video format photos, you can send them audios, so you can do a lot of things, even having your own filters. Also share your day or some other content through stories, and stories do have a whole variety of functionalities that you can use. I think for beginners it's great to have an Instagram page, not only because there's a lot of new users every single day, but because the learning curve, it is low. You can also have a lot of work with this app whenever you take it seriously, not only by taking the greatest photos or editing videos with graphic design as well, but it's still not as respected as YouTube. So to conclude, if you are starting a business, I would recommend Instagram for sure, not only because you can grow so much with it, but because pairing it with other social media platforms such as TikTok or YouTube would just be the perfect combo. Being a creator or small business owner, I do not find a lot of cons to this app, which is kind of weird, but you can do a lot of things with it, so you know, it is what it is. But I did find some. So one thing is that sometimes the growth does not reflect the effort and the high quality content and the time and the money you put on the app. And so consistency can be rewarding, but not always, and it can be not very motivating at first. But then you just have to keep in mind that if you work hard enough, you work on your consistency, on your quality, you will make it. Another thing that a lot of people talk about Instagram is how fake it can be sometimes. My response to that is that Instagram is as fake as you allowed it to be. There you go. So my advice for you is to start changing that mentality. Share only what is honest for you, what is real for you, and that will allow you to create not only a more transparent relationship between you and your follower, but also a deeper bonding, since you just are sharing what is real, what is truth, and people also have a lot of things to relate to you that way. One thing that I noticed, but it's not like a major thing, is that Instagram, it is not optimized to use on a computer without using extra apps. Other than that, I really do recommend this app for beginners and especially for business owners. Let's talk a little bit about TikTok and all the pros and cons of these new emerging apps. So TikTok is obviously the newest platform among those three, but it is already considered an established platform influencing a lot of people every single day, and so it is worth considering. Some pros of this app are, first of all, it is very easy to create content since you can just have the same sound and the same trend or kind of the same video as a person did before and just creating your version, and you may go viral because unlike other platforms, it is expected on TikTok whenever a video goes viral, creating a trend, that every creator hops on those trends. Another pro of this account is probably the discoverability of it. The algorithm of TikTok, it's focused on the creators, and so that means that a lot of more people will get in touch with your content, which means more view and perhaps more followers. Another thing about TikTok is that TikTok is a great search engine platform. You have access to a lot of content. You can just search on the little tab and kabam, the answer to your prayers appeared. And I consider that TikTok is better than YouTube on this subject because people sometimes don't have 10, 20, 30 minutes to watch a video on YouTube. So they just prefer a quick review on TikTok or some other type of content on TikTok rather than watch a full extended video on YouTube. So if you're selling a product or a service, I find TikTok a great choice in order for you to get discovered, and also it doesn't take a lot of work as YouTube. So not as much as YouTube, but you can get a paycheck from TikToks. But these varies between 2 to 4 cents per 1,000 views, and so you better work those numbers up. On top of that, you can also do affiliate links or sponsorship to just increase the profit as well. This is one of the things that I've recently watched on TikTok, and I think it just makes perfect sense. TikTok is a great platform to create an email list. So imagine if all social media platforms went, I don't know, down. No Instagram, no TikTok, no YouTube. What would you do? You wouldn't be able to connect with your clients, to send them newsletters, or to just keep in touch with the following that you already had. Using TikTok, you can just do a call to action so people can subscribe to your newsletter, and so you would be good to go just in case if something happens. And now talking about the cons, we are almost finishing, guys, so bear with me. With TikTok, it is harder to nurture a following. So on TikTok, you have 3 ways of watching the content. You can either do the following, the friends, or the For You page. But let's face it, we all spend a lot of time on the For You page and none of the time on the other parts. So it is rare for a creator to appear like constantly on your For You page. And so it is harder for a creator to have a deeper bond with the community. And therefore, it is harder to nurture a following. It is harder to create a community and to build relationships, and therefore it is harder to generate clients or customers through your following. This is all like consequences of each, but unlike YouTube and somewhat Instagram, the community you build on TikTok is more likely not to be as loyal to you as on the other platform. The app uses a lot the it comes and it goes kind of style, and so it is hard for famous TikTokers to nurture a fan base, to create the sense of community, and therefore people are most likely not to be loyal to them as on the other platforms. This comes not only because it is easier to grow on TikTok, so everyone can be TikTok famous, but these can always just be momentaneous. So you need to kind of post consistently and actually try to nurture their following so you can have a better community, an established community and fan base perhaps. So yeah, finally we've reached the end of this video. I could be talking for long hours about each platform because there's a lot to talk. in detail about it. Perhaps I'll do a video on it if you want it. Comment down below what you think of that. Made it this far, please comment down below which is your favorite social media platform and some pros and cons that I didn't mention on this video that you also find it useful to share with the community. This was this week's video. I really hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, don't forget to subscribe down below because that would really help. Also like the video, comment, and follow me on all my social media so you can have access to more content and behind the scenes. And I'm very excited about this video. I think it's so much needed, and especially for beginners on this kind of social media world. So I hope I helped, and I hope you had some clarity on this subject. That's it. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe and stay happy. Bye.
Saturdays back in '05, flip-flops with the socks high. My dad was driving me down to the diamond.